These three maps show how Google Maps is now labeling the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, depending on where you live. If you live in the United States, it's now just the Gulf of America. If you live in the UK, it's now the Gulf of Mexico, bracket Gulf of America, end bracket. And finally, if you're in Mexico, it's still just the Gulf of Mexico. Why has Google made the change? The change is based on a presidential executive order signed by Donald Trump. The US government formally updated the name on official maps, prompting Google to follow its policy of reflecting government-endorsed name changes. Now, only users within the United States see Gulf of America, while those in Mexico see Gulf of Mexico. Users elsewhere see both names with Gulf of Mexico first and Gulf of America in parentheses. The U.S. Department of the Interior confirmed that it updated the name in the Geographic Names Information System (GNIS), the federal database for place names, on Sunday. This move makes the name change government official, after which Google adjusted its maps. Other times Google has adjusted place names. Persian Gulf versus Arabian Gulf. This body of water is predominantly known as the Persian Gulf, but some neighboring countries refer to it as the Arabian Gulf. Google has, in various cases, displayed both names or used one in parentheses, depending on which country a user is in. Sea of Japan versus East Sea. Between Japan and the Korean Peninsula, there is a long-standing naming dispute. Japan refers to it as the Sea of Japan, while Korea calls it the East Sea. Google Maps typically shows one name or both names, depending on the user's location or language settings. Crimea, Russia versus Ukraine. After the Russian takeover in Crimea, whether Crimea is labeled as part of Russia or Ukraine depends on the version of Google Maps and the viewer's location. In Russia, Google Maps tends to depict Crimea as Russian territory, while in other parts of the world, it is labeled as Ukrainian or disputed. What do you think? Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America? Leave your thoughts below in the comments section.